Most people believe anxiety is the enemy. Something is broken in them, something they need to get rid of. But what if anxiety isn't the problem? What if anxiety is actually trying to help you? Stay with me, because understanding this one shift can completely change the way you handle anxiety for the rest of your life. Let me start with a question. Have you ever felt anxious about something, even when nothing dangerous was happening? Your heart starts beating faster. Your mind starts racing. You feel tightness in your chest. And suddenly your brain is running through every possible thing that could go wrong. If that sounds familiar, you're not broken. You're human. Anxiety is not a malfunction. It's a survival system. Thousands of years ago, anxiety kept humans alive. If our ancestors heard a sound in the bushes, anxiety would activate. Heart rate increases. Attention sharpens. Body prepares to move. That system kept people from becoming dinner. The problem today is that the same system is still running, but the threats have changed. Instead of lions, it's emails, conversations, money, relationships, decisions. Your brain reacts to emotional uncertainty the same way it once reacted to physical danger. That means anxiety isn't a signal that something is wrong with you. It's a signal that your brain is trying to protect you. But here's where people get stuck. They treat anxiety like an enemy to fight. They try to force it away. They distract themselves. They numb it. They get angry at themselves for feeling it. And ironically, the more you fight anxiety, the stronger it becomes. Let me explain why. Imagine your brain like a smoke alarm. If the alarm goes off, you don't smash the alarm. You check if there's a fire. Anxiety is the same thing. It's a signal. But most people never stop to ask the most important question. What is my anxiety trying to tell me? Sometimes anxiety is pointing towards something important. Maybe there's a conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe there's a decision you've been putting off. Maybe your body is telling you you've been overwhelmed for too long. But sometimes, anxiety isn't warning you about a real problem. It's warning you about imagined ones. Your brain starts predicting. What if this goes wrong? What do they think this about me? What if I fail? What if something bad happens? Your brain is trying to control uncertainty. But uncertainty is part of life. And that's why anxiety shows up so often. Let me ask you something. How much of your anxiety comes from things that haven't even happened yet? Most anxiety lives in the future, but your body lives in the present. So when your brain jumps into the future, your body reacts as if the danger is happening right now. That's why anxiety feels so physical. Now, here's the next important step. You cannot control whether anxiety appears, but you can control how you respond when it shows up. And that response determines whether anxiety grows or shrinks. Step 1 is this. Stop treating anxiety like an enemy. When anxiety appears, pause and say something simple to yourself. Something in me feels unsafe right now. Not, I'm broken. Not what's wrong with me, just curiosity. What is my mind trying to protect me from? Sometimes the answer will be obvious. Sometimes it won't. But curiosity calms the brain. Judgment inflames it. Step 2 is to regulate your body. Remember, anxiety lives in the body. So the fastest way to calm anxiety is not thinking. It's breathing. Slow your breathing down. Try this simple pattern. Breathe in slowly for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Do that 5 times. When you slow your breath, you send a message to your nervous system. I am safe. And your body starts calming down. This is one of the fastest ways to interrupt anxiety. Step 3 is to ground yourself in the present. Anxiety pulls your brain into the future. Grounding pulls it back to now. Try this exercise. Look around and name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This sounds simple, but it forces your brain to reconnect with the present moment, and anxiety loses its fuel, because anxiety feeds on imagined futures. Step 4 is one of the most powerful shifts you can make. Instead of asking, how do I get rid of anxiety? Ask, how do I move forward with anxiety? Because courage is not the absence of anxiety. Courage is action while anxiety is present. Think about this. If you wait until anxiety disappears before taking action, you may wait forever. But when you move forward anyway, something interesting happens. Your brain learns that the situation wasn't as dangerous as it predicted, and anxiety slowly starts shrinking. Avoidance teaches your brain the world is dangerous. Action teaches your brain the world is manageable. Now, let me ask you a deeper question. What would you do differently in your life? If anxiety didn't get to make your decisions, would you speak up more, take more opportunities, have harder conversations, try something new? The goal is not to eliminate anxiety completely. The goal is to stop letting anxiety run your life. Now, let's talk about daily habits that reduce anxiety over time. Because anxiety management isn't one moment. It's a system. First habit, reduce constant stimulation. Your brain was not designed for nonstop input. Notifications, news, social media, messages, all of that keeps your nervous system activated. Create moments of quiet during your day. Even 10 minutes of silence can reset your brain. Second habit, move your body. Exercise is one of the most effective anxiety reducers known to science. When you move your body, you release stored stress hormones. You improve mood. You regulate your nervous system. You don't need a perfect workout. Just move. Walk. Stretch. Lift something. Your brain calms when your body moves. Third habit, sleep. An exhausted brain is an anxious brain. When you're sleep deprived, your brain becomes more sensitive to threat, more reactive, more emotional. Protect your sleep. It changes everything. Fourth habit, talk about what you're carrying. Anxiety grows in isolation, but when you speak your fears out loud, something interesting happens. Your brain hears them differently. They often shrink. Connection is one of the most powerful regulators of anxiety. You were not designed to carry everything alone. Now, let's zoom out for a moment. Anxiety will show up in your life again. That's normal. The goal is not to never feel it. The goal is to understand it, respond to it, and keep moving forward anyway. Remember this. Anxiety is a signal, not a command. You don't have to obey every anxious thought. You don't have to believe every fearful prediction. You can acknowledge anxiety and still choose your direction. So the next time anxiety shows up, pause, breathe, get curious, ground yourself, take one small step forward. Progress with anxiety is still progress. And every time you respond differently, you teach your brain something powerful. I am capable of handling this. Let me leave you with one final question. If anxiety is not your enemy, what might it be trying to teach you about your life right now? If this video helped you understand anxiety a little better, make sure you like and follow this channel so you don't miss the next one. And I'd love to hear from you. What is one situation where anxiety shows up most in your life? Work? Relationships? Parenting? Decision-making? Comment below and let me know what video you'd like to see next, and we might make a future whiteboard video about it.